Hey, it's your boy Interesting Top 5. Today we embark on a journey, a pilgrimage of sorts, into the annals of history to uncover some of the most harrowing and tragic deaths known to humankind. Viewer discretion is advised, for the path ahead is not for the faint of heart. From the devastating sweep of pandemics to the chilling inhumanity of man-made disasters, we will explore events that have left an indelible mark on our collective memory. These stories, while difficult to revisit, serve as stark reminders of the fragility of life and the profound consequences of our actions. Join me, then, as we delve into the darkness, seeking understanding and perhaps even a glimmer of hope amidst the ruins of the past. The year is 1346. A shadow falls upon Europe, a creeping terror carried on the back of fleas and rats. The Black Death, as it came to be known, was a grotesquerie unlike anything mankind had ever seen. Imagine, if you will, entire villages decimated, bodies piling up in the streets faster than they could be buried. The stench of death hung heavy in the air, a macabre perfume announcing the plague's arrival. The culprit, Yersinia pestis, a bacterium so potent it could kill within days of infection. Victims suffered agonizing symptoms: swollen lymph nodes, fever, vomiting, and eventually a gruesome demise. The Black Death spared no one. Rich and poor, young and old, all fell victim to its indiscriminate wrath. Doctors, clad in beak-like masks stuffed with herbs, were powerless to stop its relentless advance. Over the course of 5 long years, the plague ravaged Europe, leaving an estimated 25 million dead in its wake. The social and economic fabric of society unraveled, leaving behind a world reeling from the trauma. But amidst the despair, there were glimmers of resilience. Acts of courage and compassion, however rare, offered a flicker of hope in the darkness. Some risked their lives to care for the sick, while others found solace in their faith. The Black Death, though a tragedy of unimaginable proportions, ultimately led to advancements in medicine and sanitation. It serves as a chilling reminder of our vulnerability to the forces of nature and the importance of vigilance in the face of unseen threats. We move now to a different kind of death, one that has resonated through history not for its scale but for its profound spiritual significance. The crucifixion of Jesus of Nazareth, a man revered by millions as the Son of God, remains one of the most enduring images in human history. Imagine the scene. Jerusalem 33 AD. A man condemned for challenging the religious and political authorities of his time is led to a hill known as Golgotha, the place of the skull. Stripped of his garments, he is nailed to a wooden cross, his flesh pierced, his body exposed to the elements and the scorn of the crowd. This agonizing form of execution, reserved for the lowest of criminals, was intended to humiliate and break the condemned. As Jesus hung there writhing in agony, his followers watched in horror. His teachings of love, forgiveness, and compassion seemed to be silenced forever. But for Christians, the crucifixion represents far more than a brutal execution. It is the ultimate act of sacrifice, the moment when God, in the person of Jesus, took upon himself the sins of humanity. The image of the crucified Christ has become an enduring symbol of suffering, sacrifice, and redemption. It is a reminder of the human capacity for both cruelty and compassion, and the enduring power of faith in the face of adversity. Chapter 3, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the dawn of a new era of destruction. Our journey takes us now to the 20th century, a century marked by unprecedented technological advancement, but also by unimaginable violence. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945 stand as a chilling testament to the destructive power of our own ingenuity. The world watched in stunned silence as newsreels showed the devastation, entire cities reduced to rubble, tens of thousands vaporized in an instant. The blinding flash, the deafening roar, the mushroom cloud rising ominously into the sky, these became the defining images of a new era of warfare. In the aftermath, Survivors emerged from the wreckage, their skin seared, their bodies irradiated. Many would later succumb to radiation sickness, their deaths a slow and agonizing process. The use of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki remains a deeply controversial subject. Some argue that it was a necessary evil to end World War II and save lives in the long run. Others condemn it as a horrific crime against humanity, a stark illustration of the horrors that await when unchecked technological advancement outpaces our moral compass. Regardless of where one stands on the issue, the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki serve as a sobering reminder of the devastating consequences of nuclear war. They are a stark warning to future generations to seek peace, not annihilation. Chapter 4. The Triangle Shirtwaist Factory. Fire. A tragedy that ignited change. Our journey now takes us to the streets of New York City in the early 20th century. Here, amidst the bustling crowds and the burgeoning garment industry, a tragedy unfolded that would forever change the landscape of labor rights in America. Picture this: March 25th, 1911. The Triangle Shirtwaist Factory, housed on the top 3 floors of the Ash Building, is a hive of activity. Hundreds of young immigrant women, mostly Jewish and Italian, toil away at their sewing machines, unaware of the inferno that is about to engulf them. A fire, sparked by a discarded cigarette butt, ignites piles of flammable fabric. The flames spread with terrifying speed, fueled by the oil-soaked machines and the confined space. Panic ensues as workers, trapped by locked doors and inadequate fire escapes, desperately seek a way out. Some leap from windows, their bodies plummeting to the pavement below. Others perish in the flames, their screams swallowed by the roar of the inferno. The fire department, ill-equipped to handle a blaze of this magnitude, arrives to a scene of unimaginable horror. The final death toll, 146, most of them young women, their dreams and aspirations cut tragically short. The Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire sent shockwaves across the nation. Public outrage at the unsafe working conditions and the callous disregard for human life led to significant reforms in labor laws. Chapter 5. The Jonestown Massacre. A descent into madness. Our final destination takes us to the jungles of Guyana, where a remote settlement named Jonestown became synonymous with one of the most perplexing and horrific events of the 20th century: the mass suicide murder of over 900 people. Imagine this: November 18th, 1978, under the oppressive heat of the Guyanese sun, a charismatic but deeply troubled leader named Jim Jones gathers his followers, members of the People's Temple, for one final act of revolutionary suicide. Jones, once hailed as a visionary, had descended into paranoia and megalomania. He exerted absolute control over his followers, many of whom were drawn to Jonestown seeking a better life, free from the injustices of the outside world. But paradise lost its luster as Jones's behavior grew increasingly erratic and his grip on reality loosened. He demanded absolute obedience, enforced through intimidation and violence. On that fateful day, Jones ordered his followers to drink Flavor Aid laced with cyanide. Parents poisoned their own children, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and resignation. Those who resisted were forced to drink at gunpoint or injected with the deadly concoction. The Jonestown Massacre sent shockwaves around the globe. It stands as a chilling reminder of the dangers of blind faith, the seductive power of charisma, and the fragility of the human psyche when pushed to its limits. Outro reflecting on the depths of human experience. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more historical insights. We have journeyed together through some of the darkest chapters in human history, confronting death in its most harrowing forms. From the indiscriminate wrath of disease to the calculated cruelty of man, we have witnessed the fragility of life and the enduring capacity for both good and evil that resides within us all. May these stories serve as a reminder to cherish the precious gift of life, to learn from the mistakes of the past, and to strive towards a future where such tragedies are never repeated.